So wow, that is just a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. And how are you going to reach down in there and clean that out? I mean, that's going to be pretty tough. Hemo pliers, maybe, but then you're just grabbing a little bits and you're not going to be able to get much with it. So I got to looking at what it would take to get this assembly out of here, and it's actually not too bad. There are only 6 screws. There are 2 up front, out on the front here. One here, one here. There's one on either side here. This is on the inside at the top edge of that assembly. So one on each side there. You're probably going to have to dig lint out of the hole there to actually get the screwdriver. These are all Phillips. And then there are 2 down here. And then this whole assembly will just kind of wiggle and lift out of there. Other than there's a wire there that we're going to have to disconnect. So disconnect your power before you do this, and then unplug that sensor cable, whatever that is. I'm guessing that's to detect when it's clogged and there's reduced airflow. On the terminals here, it's not a single plug, it's 2 plugs, and I actually don't know if that's just a simple contact switch or what. Just basic continuity where polarity wouldn't matter. So what I did was just took a marker, because I don't know whether that's the case or whether there's an actual polarity. And I marked one of them, and then I marked up here because that assembly was stuffed down in, and I didn't have a whole lot of room. So this outer one here, I've got my mark on, and that's going to be the one with the mark when I put it back together. This poor dryer, how was it ever going to dry anything? Ooh, oh my god. Yeah, that's terrible. Alright, time to get to peeling that gunk away and putting it back together. So here we are, all cleaned out. I mean, there's definitely, little dirt film down there that if I shoved a wet rag down in there or a damp rag, I could probably wipe out. But as far as the lint and the actual big chunks, it's all out. A little vacuum here with an extension will be your friend. Trying to get all that out of there, but definitely cleaned up a whole lot more. I don't know what that is, but it's baked on there. I'm guessing chapstick remnants. I don't know, there's been a handful of chapsticks that have survived the washing machine and made it to the dryer. Not real pleased about that, but hey, what can you do? So, took this out to the garage and blew it out and cleaned it up real well as well. And I got to looking at this and where those wires plug in. That looks like just a basic continuity sensor, and that's probably what it's using for the auto sensing, moisture amount or how much dampness is left. So when you put it on auto sense dry, by using that conductivity across when something contacts it, it can tell how much moisture. So probably not going to matter on polarity on those 2 terminals. I'm still, since I've got them marked, going to put them back as marked, and obviously no harm in marking them. Better safe than sorry there, but that's probably all that is just a continuity or conductiveness sensor there across those. So anyway, I'll throw this back together, and that should be it for cleanup here, and I can actually then put this load of clean clothes in the dryer. And for lining this back up, once you get it set down, you can obviously look at the screw holes and see that you're lined up there. And this one's just ever so slightly off, but that's actually where it sits. So, as with anything, there's some give. But if we look here on the inside, at the top of each edge, and I don't know if that'll show up, there's a little nub that actually fits right into a hole on each top end. So you'll know you're exactly spot on when those line up. And these 2 screws that go down here are longer than the 2 on the front. So if you have any confusion there, the shorter ones are on the outside. These upper ones on each side stayed caged, and those 2 in the center down here are the longer ones. So here we are all back together. Something to keep in mind, these inside screws are screwing into thinner sheet metal there, so you don't want to really torque them down real tight. Same with these down here. These front ones are actually going through this sheet metal of the body and screwing into the plastic, so be real careful with them. They'll seat down firm, you get them snug, but this is not something you're going to torque down. And hey, it looks like it still works, so score one for me. Hopefully it'll actually get clothes completely dry on the permanent press default low runtime setting. We were kind of having to up it a bit, and I can see why. There was just no airflow, no air movement through there like there should have been, so of course it's not going to be able to get the moisture evacuated. So anyway, it didn't take too long to do. It's kind of awkward reaching around in there. Definitely want to make sure you unplug it first, since you're going to be, in there dealing with stuff. But hope that helps. If you look down there and see you've got a lot of buildup, it's not too bad to get apart there and get that cleaned out.